This man disappeared in the middle of the day, and no one ever found him. His name was Michael Rockefeller. In 1961, he vanished under circumstances that still confuse investigators, historians, and researchers to this day. Michael Rockefeller was a young American anthropologist. He was also a member of one of the most powerful and wealthy families in the United States. His father, Nelson Rockefeller, later became Vice President of the United States. Unlike many members of his family, Michael had no interest in politics or business. He was drawn to remote places, ancient cultures, and people who lived far from modern society. He believed that understanding isolated tribes could reveal important truths about human history. In 1961, Michael traveled to a region then known as Dutch New Guinea. Today, this area is part of Indonesia. At the time, it was one of the most dangerous and least explored regions in the world. Michael's mission was to study the Asmat tribe. The Asmat were known for their complex art, spiritual beliefs, and warrior traditions. They lived deep in the jungle, largely untouched by modern civilization. The region was extremely hostile. Dense jungles, dangerous wildlife, unpredictable rivers, and strong ocean currents made travel difficult. Contact with outsiders was rare, and many tribes were openly hostile to strangers. Despite the risks, Michael spent weeks traveling through the area. He documented local customs and collected wooden carvings and artifacts. These objects were intended for museums back in the United States. On November 18, 1961, Michael decided to travel along the coast. He boarded a small, improvised boat with a local guide. The boat was poorly constructed and relied on a small motor. Shortly after setting out, the engine failed. The boat began drifting in rough waters. Large waves crashed against it repeatedly. After several hours at sea, disaster struck. A powerful wave flipped the boat upside down. Michael and his companion were now stranded in open water, approximately 3 kilometers from the shore. 2 local guides who were traveling with them made a difficult decision. They tied empty fuel cans to their bodies and swam toward land to get help. Michael remained behind with his companion, clinging to the overturned boat. They waited for hours. The sun began to set. Rescue did not arrive. As darkness approached, Michael made a decision that would change everything. He tied 2 empty fuel cans to his body to help him float. Then he reportedly said, "I think I can make it." Michael jumped into the water and began swimming toward the distant shoreline. That was the last confirmed sighting of Michael Rockefeller. When the guides reached land, they alerted authorities. A massive search operation began almost immediately. Planes, helicopters, boats, soldiers, and local villagers were deployed. The coastline was searched extensively. Rivers and jungle paths were examined. The search lasted for days, then weeks. Eventually, pieces of the boat were found. Some personal belongings were recovered, but Michael Rockefeller himself was never located. There was no body, no clothing, no physical evidence explaining what happened to him. As time passed, rumors began to spread. Some missionaries claimed they had heard stories from villagers about a white man reaching shore. Others spoke of strange rituals performed deep in the jungle. These accounts were never confirmed. No photographs were taken. No remains were found. No direct witnesses ever came forward. Several theories emerged over the years. The first and most widely accepted theory is drowning. The waters in that region are known for strong currents and sharks. It is possible that Michael became exhausted before reaching land and was pulled under by the sea. Another theory suggests Michael survived the swim. According to this idea, he reached the shore but encountered hostile tribes. Some researchers believe he may have been killed shortly after arriving on land. There are even darker theories involving ritual killings. At the time, some tribes in the region practiced violent rituals against enemies. However, there is no solid evidence to support these claims. Despite numerous investigations, no theory has ever been proven. Michael's father, Nelson Rockefeller, used his influence to continue the search. Resources were poured into the operation. But even with vast wealth and power, the truth remained out of reach. Eventually, the search was officially called off. Michael Rockefeller was declared missing. His disappearance became one of the most famous unsolved cases of the 20th century. Books were written, documentaries were produced. Researchers continued to debate what truly happened. Some believe the simplest explanation is the correct one. Others are convinced the truth is far more disturbing. To this day, Michael Rockefeller has never been found. No body was ever recovered. No final answers were ever discovered. And his disappearance remains one of history's greatest mysteries.